All right, welcome to the last, well, not the last video, but second to last video for the sketching, modeling, and texturing series for the crab. Um, so, as you as you've gone through this, you've sketched, textured, sketched, modeled, and now you have your UV Unwrap, and you also have your texture and color map, so you can start coloring. Right? Great. Um, we are going to do two things. One, over here in your shade editor, load your crab texture. So it's literally just what you did here, right? Awesome. You can ignore this now and go down here, right? And then go to the side and press 1. We're going to make this, see, crab colors are like orangey green, something like that. We're going to go to object mode, and then we're going to select any one of these pieces, right? And go to texture paint. And so whatever we choose, press N right here, tool, right? Um, sorry. So press N, and this will lead us to some of the tools for texture painting. So we chose this big leg, right? If we only have this selected, we can draw on this. Oh, it's white. So change color, right? As you can see, it starts coloring your masterpiece. If you press soften, or actually fill, it'll fill it all out. But you also gotta change colors. Sweet. This is a lot faster. Huh? Nice. All right, this is good. And then we just keep on doing this. Tab, object mode, select your different piece, texture paint, bucket paint. Let's say you want to save your colors as you go through this, so you don't have to go back and pick any one. Go to color palette, new, and then press new. And so whatever color you already have selected, that's what's gonna stick. So let's change this to an orangey, and then paint it, right? And add it, and it's right here. And now let's keep adding colors. So object mode, texture paint. This is still selected. And let's continue. That is weird. I'm guessing this is some of the issues with our, what's it called? Our UV Unwrap, since we didn't do all the seams correctly. So object texture paint, this is going to be black. Yep. Which you would just lower this color right here, press that, then let's go back, press this. All right. Oh, nice. And let's say we gotta fill this hole. Oh, go back, because the brush, the what's it called, the fill tool did not fix it. So yeah, we can do this. I feel like I'm not doing a good enough job right now explaining things, but it's life. Yeah, you learn. Sorry about that, but let's do a quick recap. So once you've done your texturing, um, once you've done your UV unwrapping, you've created your color map. From that color map, you go back to your model. Each part that you have has its own UV texture. So when you select it and go to your texture painting section, you have all these tools that will help you paint it. And as you paint it, your texture for the crab gets updated over here. Now, let's say you have like maybe a tablet and you want to do some hand painting, right? Because you've done a really good job with the UV unwrapping, you know where things go. Um, you can make some more precise or fundamental changes to the texture painting, or I mean sorry, to the crab texture PNG. So the way to do that is go to image editor with this, and then go to view, paint. And so now let's say we want to add some blue here. We know that, what do you call it? This is all the black right there, right? So if we lower our radius, we can give some color like that to that. Let's say we want to make our brush like less shady like that. So decrease the strength, and so now it's, see, we can get some nice coloring right there. And it's okay if you overlap outside. Um, Sometimes you'll get where, uh, like on these edges, like you've colored everything right, but the edges indicate that there's still some white there, and over here it shows, hey, it's still white. So all you would need to do is go back here, pick this color, and then paint it. And even though it's outside the UV unwrap for that object, it'll make sure that it's filled in over here, and it's a lot easy. Uh, it'll make your model more consistent. So yeah. All right, and now let's go take that off. All right. All right. So you see all these black, right? This black right here, or this discoloration. Go to tab mode, object mode, this texture paint, and then this color. So go in person right here and color this. One thing you can also do is Shift H, oh wait, tab, object mode, Shift H, then tab, texture paint, and then we can do our stuff. All right, go back to radius a little bigger, strength is full, right? So wherever this was here, it gets recovered. All right, nice. See? Nice, okay, overall it is good. Then go back to object mode, Alt H, and now let's continue. So these legs, somewhere around when we filled in these other parts, they overlap with what was already here. So that's why you get these little smudges. But as soon as we focus on these, this will be updated, and so whatever parts were overlapped by the other parts that we painted, they'll be fixed up. So you'll be able to see. All right, tab, texture paint. We're gonna fill these in. Oh, that color. See? Right there, nice. Texture paint, object mode, texture paint, nice. And look around, make sure that if there's any like little spots that don't have it, that you fill it in with this. You can also isolate the object and then texture paint, and that would help you if you're trying to like do the texture paint and make it like really realistic, like some really nice hand painted 3D model. Then object, texture paint, nice. And then let's go, see, when we did the color, when we did the painting, there was some overlap. which is probably right here. So we have to go back to the object itself, texture paint, black, and then that'll fix that without, ooh. So this overlapping right here, that's an issue that we need to fix. We're gonna leave it alone because we don't want to waste that time. But for yourself, when you're doing this, also check when you do your UV unwrapping, especially when you pack it, that things aren't overlapping, because you'll get this issue where even if you fix one part over the other, it'll keep on overriding it on the on the crab texture, and it's not fixable unless like you redo the UV unwrapping. All right, and then we have that. You see all these little white spots right here? It's like these. You might not be able to see them, but they're here in your model, and if you want, you can paint them. Oh, sorry. Just so you're aware. Nice. Okay, everything looks pretty decent. And then we just have the eyes to do. We're not really gonna do a lot of texture painting. Sorry, like full on nice texture painter, I mean. So just doing the filling colors is fine for now. If you have like a model that has this nice coloring palette, like, yeah, I would suggest, taking your time and learning this a little better so that you can create that effect. Black. I guess you can only really do one color, one object at a time. Oh, wrong one. All right. See, there was more overlap. So you gotta be careful. This orangey color is not great. We need something a little darker. So, because now we have our texture over here, we can be like, all right, I don't want to redo everything to every different object. So, go to tab, texture paint, make sure the tools are selected, press your orangey, and then go dark. Stronger there. Yeah, that's it. Okay, save it. Right? Then go to paint, fill, then go to your texture and fill it out. And see, you can make a big change really fast without having to redo each part piece by piece when you're doing your texturing. So take that into consideration, and I hope it helps. All right, then now we have our crab. It's looking fine. Could always be better, but we're gonna leave it as is. This series is honestly about learning the workflow, and I apologize if there's some like inconsistencies and troubleshooting, but I hope that learning experience from what I'm making mistakes on is something you can learn from. All right, and let's continue. All right. See this white spot? You couldn't see it before because the other color was a little too bright. So now we can go back to it, texture paint, and paint it. Oh, radius, we gotta make this a little bigger. That is weird. Okay. Why aren't you? Oh. This is part of something else. All right. Oh, there's these white spots. I'm not sure why this happens, but now that you've seen them here and they show up here, but you can't paint them here, reduce your radius and then and paint them over here, over here. Oh, there we go. And now they're gone, right? Nice. All these blues. Cool. All right, nice. Okay, in the next video, I'll show you the final step, which is setting up a simple light system, setting some render settings that will make your model look cartoonish, but not too bad, enough that you can, take a nice render and show it off. So yeah, let's go to that. All right, till the next time.